How many of you have heard Einstein's law of 72? No? Good. There you go. We have some people. So, Einstein's law of 72 is very simple. It helps you find out how much time it will take for your money to double. So, you take the number 72, divide it by the rate of return. So, if your rate of return is 10%, you divide 72 by 10, so that's 7 years, 7.2. And so it means that your investment is going to double every 7 years, right? And so if you look at an investment span of about 30 years, like you start investing at about 30, you expect your retirement to start at about 60, over a 30-year investment span, you expect your money to grow 4 times, right? Now contrast that with a rate of return of 3%. At 3%, it's 72 divided by 3, it means that your money is going to grow, it's going to take 24 years for the money to double, right? And so it's barely one doubling that you get over a 30-year lifespan. And that's essentially the huge contrast between the rate of return that you have and how your investment is going to perform. So you might not know the rule, but it's a pretty intuitive thing, right? And all of us know that we have to invest early, we have to invest at a good return, and this law pretty much tells you how much of an impact it has over a 30-year investment cycle. Now, I'm not going to speak about investment today. My topic is about learning, right? And the question is, how many of us think of learning the way one would think of investment? How many of us think about the rate of learning, what it does to our professional and personal growth? So that's what I want to discuss today. So, fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster, and welcome guests. I met a childhood friend of mine very recently, and we went to school together. I was surprised to see that he's a senior vice president in charge of global operations at Wells Fargo. We both have had the same career span. He's probably had a couple of years less career span than me. And it's amazing to see people have such spectacular growth. And one may argue that growth is because they were at the right time, right place. I want us to think for a minute. It is not just the right time, right place. A lot of people actually were at the same time. The difference is, were these people prepared for learning? Were they ready when the opportunity knocked at the door at that point of time, right? And what you see here is the difference of being able to constantly apply your learning over a lifespan of 20 years of career, and see how big a difference it makes. And it's really Einstein's rule applying to your careers. On an average, a 5th grader learns 15 new words every single day, right? Fast forward 20 years, we are in our 30s, we have kids, we have chores to do. You have to pick up kids, you have to drop them off, you probably have birthdays to do, baby showers and parties, and also work, right? And so between all these things, the amount of time we have for devoting to learning is very limited. Also, we have to realize that as we grow professionally, right, what gets you to the next level is not the skills that made you successful. Actually, the skills that you need at the next level are the different skills that are going to take you to the next level, right? And that's the Peter Principle. So, you realize that the people who, despite all of the other things that are going on, they invest in learning, they go much further. And I just wanted to get the parallel between constant investment in learning and what it can do over a long period of career. The last point I would like to make is, if you read Stephen Covey, he brings up the same point, and he calls it the PPC ratio. So P stands for production, and production is the golden egg that the goose lays. PC is the production capacity. It's the health and well-being of the goose, and the extent to which the goose is going to be healthy is the extent to which it's going to be able to lay eggs frequently. It's how long the goose is going to be able to lay the eggs. And so maintaining the balance between the production and your production capacity is very important, right? So we need to tread that balance very delicately. And I would say whatever we do at our individual levels applies equally importantly to the teams. If your teams are not learning, if your teams are not growing, I think you have a problem at hand, right? And we've got to acknowledge that and address that. So you are all here at Toastmasters. You proved your commitment to learning, right? And so everything that I said probably does not make sense for you. Right? I would still urge you should go back and think of the few things that have always been at the back of your mind. You know that those are the things that you need to do to be successful and to get to the next level of professionalism. Think of that, invest in it. Apply the law of economics, but don't economize on learning. Mr. Toastmaster.